Well, hello. I'm in sunny Kentucky, not. Wind chill's about right at 10 degrees, I think. It's pretty cold. And unfortunately, I've not heated my shop. But all that beside the point, I went to put a hitch on my Toyota 4Runner 2008, and the tow hook bolts just broke off. Boo, because the nut on the inside of the frame is welded. So what to do? So I'm going to make this video to show you what I did. Unfortunately, I did not make the video to show you how I made it, but I can show you pictures. First of all though, so here is underneath the Toyota, and you can see this is where the tow hook was. Now, what I did, when the heads broke off of the bolts that were holding that on, I tried to put a slice in it with a grinder, 4.5-inch grinder. I tried to put a slice in there and then use an impact, a manual impact driver with a flathead bit to try to screw them all the way in, because I figured rust was at the top of the bolt, and so maybe it wouldn't come out, but it might go all the way in. Well, that proved to be fruitless. So what I did was take a big butt hammer. Where did he go? This guy, where is he? There he is. Oh yeah. And first of all, I used the flat end and just beat them up. Now again, I only had maybe an 1/8 inch to work with, but I beat them up as far as they would go with the flat part of the hammer. Then I spun around to the ball peen end and kept beating. And after a while, the weld bolt or the weld nut in there just popped right off. So they're somewhere inside here. I'm not going to worry about them. Now, what to do now? So I need a nut in there, or a bolt sticking through. I think E-Trailer shows a carriage bolt and some big bracket that they have. So anyways, what I'm going to do, I first of all measured the distance between the center points, and on this it's 1 3/8 inches. So I made this fancy thing. Beautiful welds, I know, but what I did, these are 1/2 inch 20 nuts welded to 1/2 inch washers. So I first welded a nut to the washer on the back side there. Then I butted the washers up next to each other, and guess what? They were it let the center points be exactly 1 3/8 inches. So I welded the two washers together, and it's nice and flat. And then I had to cut off to make a straight edge here and here so that they will fit in right there. And I don't have to cut any part of the frame. So that's the plan, to stick this in just like that. Now I'll have to put me a stove wire or something up through here to be able to pull it. But bottom line, this needs to sit like this up inside the frame with the flat washer down. And then I've got 2 1/4 or 1/2 inch 20 bolts that'll go right up into these. So getting the first started is the trick. Once the second starts, this thing isn't going to go anywhere. And that'll be just as strong, I think, as the factory. But okay, I will show you when it's done. Okay, well, didn't have stove wire, but this ground cable for a chandelier worked just fine. Alright, so you can see now what you do. Well, you can't see now, I'm lying. Just make a little loop, stick it up through the bottom, and then I have this little piece that I've made out of just insulated copper, hard copper. And if I could actually hold the phone and do this all at the same time, it'd be amazing. So what I'm going to do then is stick this little, just like that, and then I'm going to pull tight on the braided copper wire and pull that to where it does about something like that. And then down here I'm just going to twist it good and tight. And that way I can get it all out once I get it in place. So I'll pull there, it'll pull it up through there, pull it into place, then I can just untwist, and then I'll leave this little piece of copper up inside the frame as well. Alright, let me get this done. Well, here we go, and I'm got it there. Using a hammer for a pillow. That's nice. Now I should have gone in through this hole, because I just have the first bolt. The other one's about right here, but as long as I don't get it too far out of whack. Let me just unscrew this. Unwind, not unscrew. Whatever. It's frozen out here. You ask, why do I not heat up my shop? Dang good question. I have a wood stove. It just eats up the wood. And this shop is really big, so all my heat goes to the top. And I've got a fan I haven't put in yet. Okay, so I'm thinking that now I just can't really see what's going on, can you? Pull, it's already unwound, so and not to just we don't want it to jar it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now you know, I really struggled. I really wanted to paint that thing. It's just cold as butt out here, so it's not going to get painted. But if you saw the size of it, easy, easy. Oh, well, looky there. Perfectly lined up. And so the plan will be, well, first of all, to find the bolts. There they are. Let's see. Try to do one at a time. It does fit. It fits nicely. Oh yeah, that one would bite. Oh well, that's the idea. I'll have to do something fancy to hold it while I get it to bite. I actually can stick these nail nostrils. They have a little spring load right there. You can just stick that up there and go spoink, and that would hold it just fine. But I have to have two hands. Can't be holding an iPhone. Okay, I'll show you a picture once I get the hitch up. Okay, here's the other side. This is the passenger side, and the well bolts are up there. They're not being used, but because, let's see, this is a 2008 4Runner. Excuse me. Well, what's that finger coming from? Oh yeah, there he is. Okay. They're a little rusted, and I've ordered a, this is a M12 by 1.25 bolt. Comes with the hitch, and that's what fits there. I did not have an M12 by 1.25 tap. I ordered it, but it won't be in until January 3rd, which bites because this is December 29th and I want this thing on. So anyways, I have a tap for this one you see down here. Whoop, there, wrong way. There it is. But what I'm going to do then is just run, since I'm not going to use the M12 by 1.25s there for my fancy little welded nut on the washer apparatus. I'm going to run the this bolt through there, and it'll act as a tap and clean it out. First though, we shall spray with some WD-40. There we go. Alright, can't do this one-handed. Later, Gator. Alright, I promised a final. There it is, it's on. And by the way, this is the Draw-Tite number 71. I don't know. It's on here somewhere. There it is, 75155. And there are my 2 1/2" by 20 bolts up into my welded little apparatus. And there's the one that came with the Draw-Tite. And then up in, where are you? You can't really see it, but up in there, here's one with the Draw-Tite. And over here, moving over to the passenger side. So I never really took the muffler off. I was able to push it over far enough to torque those to 68. Actually, I did 70. And then the one back there, you can torque the other one using a torque wrench, and then this one you piggyback 2 wrenches above the top of the muffler using the box end on the nut or on the bolt head, and then, like I said, just piggyback another one, and you get a lot of torque that way. But you can test it by, again, torquing the other side with a torque wrench and then putting the piggybacked wrench combination to see how tight it is, and then come over here and make sure this one is the same tightness. It's a judgment thing. But if you're not happy with that, take the muffler mount off and move it way over, and then you can torque it. Anyways, it's all good.